Okay, children. So, children, in tissues lesson already we have discussed it. In tissues lesson already we have discussed all the plant tissues, children. If ever you remember, all the plant tissues and its division and its classification, how parenchyma, collenchyma, sterenchyma are different, how the element phloem are different, everything I told. What are simple tissues, what are complex tissues, everything I told children. Now coming to animal tissues, we will see children today. Okay, coming to animal tissues, children. Animal tissues are basically four different varieties are there, children. Epithelial tissue. One is epithelial tissue. Second one is connective tissue. Please make points of all these things, children. Connective tissue. Third one is muscular tissue. Fourth one is nervous tissue.
Nervous.
Okay, children. One by one, I will be telling children. Let me complete of nervous tissue. Small one, children. Nervous tissue. Please see here, children. Nervous tissue. Children, nervous tissue is consists. Nervous tissue consists of nerve cells. So many nerve cells together will form nervous tissue. What is the function of nerve cells? They take messages.
Messages.
They take messages or impulses or whatever. Okay, there are three types of nerve cells are there, children. Sensory. What is meant by sensory? They take message from
Brain.
to brain. They take messages to brain, from organs to brain, to brain. Other one is motor. They bring the messages from
From
brain,
brain.
from brain. Okay. Other one is mixed. What is meant by mixed? They
Both.
do both the functions. They take and also they bring the messages. There are three types of nervous tissue, nerve cells: sensory, motor, mixed nerve cells. Nerve cells. One nerve cells from childhood you are studying. So many times you have studied. One nerve cell looks like this, children. Please see here, everyone. One nerve cell looks like this. So many times in lower classes also we have studied. Okay, like this you will be having branches, children. You will be having branches. Okay, children, see here, all of you. This is now cell. Now cell diagram is very important. Even in 10th class also it is important, children. Okay, very, very important. See here. One now cell looks like this. Okay, children, here it divides into so many branches. Here it divides into so many branches. Again, children, here, again here, one more nerve cell will start, children. One more nerve cell will start, and that will have again like this continuously. So many nerves are interconnected like this, children. One after other, one after other, one after other. So many nerve cells will come. Okay, what are the parts of nerve cells? Please see here, children. These are called dendrites. What is it called? Dendrites.
Dendrite.
What is this called? Dendrites combine to form
Axon. See, dendrite.
dendron.
Dendron.
Dendrites combine to form dendron. All dendrons come to cyton.
Side nerve.
Cyton means cell body, children. This whole thing is called cyton. Cyton goes to, this is called, what is this called? Axon.
Axon.
Axon. And then it ends into, what is this are called? Nerve endings.
Nerve.
Nerve endings. And here one more nerve cell will start. Between two nerve cells, there is one gap. What is gap between two nerve cells is called? Anyone? Gap between two nerve cells is called? Anyone, children? Gap between two nerve cells is called? Synapse. Gap between two nerve cells is called synapse. Okay, children. So like this, what are the parts? I'm writing the parts again, children. Try to learn. Very, very important for 9th class and 10th class also. First it is beginning with dendrites, hair-like structures. Then it is coming to dendrons. Then all dendrons are entering into cyton.
Cyton.
From cyton, it is going to long body axon.
Axon.
Axon is ending into nerve ending.
Nerve ending.
Okay, at nerve endings, there is a gap called synapse. After synapse, new nerve cell dendrites will be there. New nerve cell dendrites will be there. Again, this cycle will continue. Dendrites, dendron, cyton, axon, nerve ending, synapse. Nerve endings and synapse. Okay, dendrites, dendron, cyton, axon, nerve ending, synapse. Can anyone repeat this one, children?
Dendrites.
Hmm.
Dendrons. Cytons. Axon. Nerve endings.
Synapse.
Synapse.
Synapse. Okay. Anyone? Any other student? Any other student?
Dendrils, dendron, cyton, axon, nerve ending, synapse.
Synapse. Synapse is the gap between two nerve cells. Any other student? Any other student?
Dendrites, dendron, cyton, axon, nerve ending, synapse.
Synapse. Any other student?
Dendrites, dendron, cyton, axon, nerve ending, synapse.
Synapse. Okay, children, like this, nerve cell will have structure, children. Like this, nerve cell will have structure, children. So nerve cells, parts of this nerve cells. What does this nerve cell will do? It will take the messages, it will take the impulses. If I am pinching you, you will understand that by pain. Who will take that pinching sensation? Nerve cell will take to the brain. It will go and tell to the brain, someone is pinching you, someone is pinching you. Immediately brain will say, first you remove your hand. First you remove your hand. Okay, not brain. Spinal cord will say, brain will help us to think why this fellow is pinching me. What is the reason? What should I take? All those things brain will take care. Your spinal cord will first you remove your hand. This removing a hand or pinching is called anyone? Removing the hand or pinching the hand is called anyone? What is it called? Do you have idea, children? If I pinch you, you will remove your hand. What is this called? If I throw at you anything, you close your eyes.
Ins-
If I throw any body at you, you'll close your eyes and you'll just do like this. What is that called, children? What is that called? That sudden
infi-
involuntary response to stimulus is called what? Sudden involuntary response to stimulus is called what? Anyone? At least one student in the class. Sudden involuntary response to the stimulus is called what?
Reaction.
That is called reflex action. Okay, children, sports people will have very, very good reflexes, children. They can immediately get respond to the reflex. What is reflex action? It's sudden involuntary response to the stimulus. If I'm pinching you, immediately you will remove your hand. You will not say, very nice, sir, you pinch, it is very nice, sir. You will not say, no one will say that. It's very nice, I'm feeling nice, please pinch again. No one will say, first you remove your hand. This is reflex action. After removing your hand, you will think, why sir is pinching me with the brain. First, who will remove your hand? Spinal cord will say, first you remove your hand, protect yourself. Okay, suddenly fire is coming, first you all jump out of the class or jump out of the house. Snake is coming, you will all jump out. Then you will think that jumping is reflex action. If I am throwing ball, you will catch it. That is reflex action. Sudden involuntary response to the stimulus. All reflex actions are under the control of this nerve. These nerve cells are taking the messages to the brain and bringing the message from the brain, taking message to brain, bringing the message from brain. How we get from the poles current one wire to one wire, one wire to one wire, one wire to one wire. How we get current to our house? In the same way, message. Suppose I am pitching from my hand to my brain. So many nerve cells are interlinked, and they all will go and give message to my brain that someone is pinching spinal cord, and spinal cord will say, first you remove your hand, then brain will think, why this fellow is pinching, what should I do, etc., etc., all those things. Okay, children. So this is nervous tissue, children. Nervous tissue is made up of nerve cells, children. There are three types of nerve cells: sensory, motor, mixed. Sensory will take messages to brain. Motor will bring messages from brain. Mixed will does the both the function, children. And sometimes axon will have covering, children, like this. Axon will have covering also sometimes. Okay, the coverings of the axon, sometimes axons are covered like this, children. The coverings of axons are called myelin sheath. The coverings of the axons are called myelin sheath. What is the function of myelin sheath? It makes the information to pass very fast, children, and information passes in the form of electrical impulses in our body. We have electrical impulses, children. Messages will go in the form of electrical impulses. Messages will go in the form of electrical impulses in our body, children. Okay, this is nervous tissue, children. So many nerve cells will combine to form nerve tissue. So many nerve cells combine to form nerve tissue. So many nerve cells combine to form. Every cell in our body, children, will have
Sir,
an.
we'll have a myelin sheath in which cases, sir?
In all the cases, it won't be there, Nana. Only in cranial nerves, Nana, where messages are needed to go fast. Where messages are needed to go fast in the brain only, this myelin sheath will be there, Nana. Myelin sheath, if it is there, if, messages will go very, very fast, Nana. Some will have, some will not have. Unmyelinated, unmyelinated, we will say. If myelin sheath is present, images will go faster. If not, see, if myelin sheath is not present, the images will go like this, children. Slowly, like this, they will go. If myelin sheath is present, then they will jump and they will go. Okay, in cranial nerves only myelin sheath is present. It will make the images, messages to go very, very fast, children. Myelin sheath. Okay, so So nervous tissue, nerve cells, all the cells, nervous cells, so many nerve cells are present, children. All these nerve cells combine to form tissue. All these nerve cells combine to form nervous tissue, children. And which is the biggest nerve in our body, children? Anyone of you know? General knowledge question. Which is the biggest nerve in the longest nerve? I mean to say longest nerve. What is the longest nerve in our body, children? Anyone? What is the
Spinal column.
what is the longest nerve, children? Vagus nerve. Vagus, it is 10th cranial nerve, children. 10th cranial nerve. We have 12 pairs of cranial nerves are there, children. 10th cranial nerve is vagus nerve, children. It starts in the head and ends in the leg, children. That much big, that big. That's why it is called vagus. Okay, children. So, children, whatever nerves are coming from the brain are called cranial nerves. Whatever nerves are coming from spinal cord are called spinal nerves. Whatever nerves are coming from the brain are called cranial nerves. Whatever nerves are coming from spinal cord are called spinal nerves. Cranial nerves, spinal nerves. Anyone of you know how many cranial nerves we have, children? Anyone of you know how many cranial nerves we have? We have 12 pairs of cranial nerves, children. We have 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Anyone of you know how many spinal nerves we have, children? We have 31 pairs of spinal nerves. 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Anyone of you know spinal cord has how many bones at least? How many bones we have in spinal cord? At least you know that.
Sir, 9 or 10, sir.
33 bones are there, children. 33 bones. Very, very good students. You people are really very good students. You have a lot of general knowledge. I'm happy for you. Okay, children, there are 33 bones in the spinal cord, children. 33 bones are there in the spinal cord. Okay, children, backbone. I mean to say backbone has 33 bones like this, children. Backbone has 33 bones. In the middle of this bones, spinal cord is present. In the middle, what is spinal cord? It is a continuation of brain. Brain continues as spinal cord. Brain is protected by cranium and spinal cord is protected by backbone. Backbone is made up of 33 bones and this spinal cord have 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Pairs means one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. And first spinal bone, first in the backbone, what is the first bone name means the name of the first bone is atlas. It is called atlas. Okay, children, bone is also a connective tissue. Children, bone is also tissue. We'll study in connective tissue. Epithelial, connective, muscular, nervous. In connective tissue, bone also will study, children. Okay, so
Sir, in the backbone, they are often called C1 and C2, sir.
that is cervical nerves, Nana. That is cervical, which are present in the neck are called cervical nerves. Seven are there: C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7. Like that they will say. Then thoracic bones are there. Then lumbar bones are there. Then sacral bones are there. Then coccyx bones are there. Coccyx. C1 is there, no? That is atlas. C1 is atlas. Means it is holding the brain like a Greek god who is holding the earth. It is holding the brain and skull. That's why it is called atlas. First bone is called atlas. C1. Okay, cervical bones, thoracic bones, lumbar bones, sacral bones, coccyx. Coccyx is tailbone. Tailbone has 5 bones, children. So like that, children, you have to study, children. So this is about nerve cell, especially diagram is very important. 100% guarantee question will come, children, because it is there in 9th class and 10th class also. So always they will give this diagram and they will ask you to label the diagram, label the parts. Dendrites, dendron, cyton, axon, nerve endings, and the gap between two nerve cells is called synapse. Again, dendrites, dendron, cyton, axon, nerve endings, synapse, and dendrites. Again, dendrites, dendron, cyton, axon, nerve endings, synapse, and dendrites. Again, dendrites means first one, combine to form dendrons, then combine to form cyton, then combine to form axon, then combine to form nerve endings. Nerve endings will join to other nerve cells. The gap between two nerve cells is called synapse, and the synapse, this nerve cell will release a chemical called as acetylcholine. That chemical will give the message to next nerve cell. That next nerve cell will go and give to next nerve cell. Like that, so many nerve cells combine and go to brain. Again, so many nerve cells combine, comes to brain. Okay, all these are they help in taking the messages in the form of electrical impulses. In the form of electrical impulses, sodium and potassium ions are there. They jump, they move, causing electrical impulses in our body, children. This is about nervous tissue. I hope you all understood, children. This is exclusively about the nervous tissue. Anyone have any doubt? You can ask.